Welcome back, Last Chris Barbecue Show. Thanks for all the new subscribers. Hope you're enjoying my YouTube shorts and Insta and TikTok, so you can find me on all those platforms having fun with the videos, kind of chopping them up and making all kinds of new formulations. Today's cook, very fun, as I often say. We are making porchetta pulled pork. What does that mean? Well, basically, I'm taking a pulled pork, slow roast. Of course, I'm using, there we go, DuBreton Rustic, which is the best of the best in terms of treatment and organic and all that stuff of the animals. So we're taking a little tiny little pulled pork, little pork shoulder, and we're putting an Italian flavor to it. So I'm gonna use Cattleman's Grill Italiano from our friends at All Barbecue Canada. It's got a wonderful, I've used it in several recipes before. It's got a wonderful Italian note with a little bit of something, something. So that's one of my favorites. And then check this out, barbecue sauce. This is bespoke barbecue sauce from the House of Exte. My friends there are importers of the finest Italian-made oils and balsamic vinegar. So what they did, they came up with a barbecue sauce that has balsamic in it, balsamic vinegar of Modena. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And it's got this tang to it. It's got a strong finish, super flavorful. So we'll add this into the pulled pork at the end. So we'll get that double hit of the Italiano from Cattleman's Grill and the real Italian stuff from our friends at House of Exte with their barbecue sauce. So we're gonna cook it low and slow on the Komoado style grill of grills. Let's get going. Okay. So we got a small little pulled pork. Let's get this out, free this up of its package and get to work. So once again, we're using the best of the best, the DuBreton Rustic pulled pork. Not much to do here. I might just leave some of this fat on, actually. There's a little bit of fat here. You know, it's just well marbled. I'm just not gonna really do much with this at all. Now what I'm going to put onto it is my Jerby sauces, as the guys from Goldie's in Texas uses. So this is a mix of a mustard and Worcestershire sauce, just kind of as a binder. A little real quick binder. And then we're gonna put the Cattleman's Grill Italiano on it. And then we're gonna let it sit for a spell, and then we'll get it onto the barbecue. It's got lots of, it's kind of a salt. You can see the chunks of salt forward, lots of wonderful spices. I'm curious how this is gonna turn out. I love a good porchetta, but generally I like it more pulled than, you know, I like the pulled pork experience. So maybe putting these two together will get you best of both worlds. We're gonna find out. All right, not much work to do there. Let's just let that set in. Make sure we got all our pork covered here. All right, perfect. Let that sit for a spell. Let these things set in. Not too long though, a couple minutes, because we're gonna cook it low and slow. All right, the Kong started pretty high, so now I've got it back down to about 225. I want it nice and low and slow. So a couple quick things we're gonna do here. I'm gonna put some peach wood in and around the edges, and that way I can put the pork over the center. This will create some extra heat here. I want to do this pretty quickly, or else the temperature starts to rise with all this oxygen in here. So let's get that on. Put in our deflector plates. Right now we're running about 225, which is where I want it. 225, maybe 250, maybe 275. Certainly not much more. Last but not least, oh, I got this backwards. Why does it make a difference? Because I'm going to be doing a lot of cooking today. This allows me to put in, it's very handy, to put in some more charcoal. See, so this lifts up, this lifts up. So if I want to get the temperature up, I can do that. So now we're going to put our little porchetta right here, give it a kind of a squeeze, and that's it. That's going to start smoking soon. I'm going to open this up just to about half. Open the vent a little bit, not much, and then keep a close eye on it, which is where I usually, you know, fall flat. So we'll let that go up, the temperature will come up. Once again, I want to be cooking around 225. I'm probably going to get the meter, put that in to kind of get it to, I want it at around 200, 205 maybe, because then it'll moisten up with that wonderful barbecue sauce and a little more spice. So probably about 4 or 5 hours, not 8, given the size of how small that little roast is, but we'll keep an eye on it. All right, it has been 6 hours. What time did I put it on? 11 o'clock, and it is now 5:30. And according to our meter, check that out. Removed from heat, we are at 203 internal. The target was 203. We've been hovering between 225 and now, what are we, 261? So the mastery of the Komoado. Very happy with that. All right, so let's take a look. Oh, looking great. Check that out. Smells amazing. All right, so let's get this pulled pork onto a tray and let's pull it. I have the cotton gloves underneath here with these up top so I can, you know, manage this a little bit. Let's see if it, oh, it's just, that's what we're looking for. Look at that, just pulls apart. Beautiful! Falling apart, pulls just the way you want it to do. The smell, once again, if only we had smell vision, is fantastic. We are going to put a little more seasoning on it on the inside. It's got a beautiful bark on the outside. Let's put some of our barbecue sauce from House of Exte on it. So I've poured some out here. I'm not gonna be too generous with this because it's a very strong flavor. So actually, let's do a little taste test. Check that out. Oh, it's so good. Very nice. Love it. It's got a sweetness to it. Very nice. Now, I'm gonna put a little bit more Italiano on it. A little bit more to get that porchetta flavor. Mix it up a little more. Nice. Now it's saucy. Love it, loving it, loving it. Maybe just a touch more of our barbecue sauce. Not much more though. There we go. Done and done. And there we have it. Porchetta, pulled pork. Check that out. Bon appetit. Enjoy. Delicious. Gonna grab another bite. Oh, look at that. Look at that bite. Amazing, very good. All right, very happy with that. Make this recipe, it's really good. I'll put in links in all the show notes.